Hi, I'm Corey with the Restoration Contractors Library, and as promised, I'm reviewing all the training systems that are out there. So depending on your company's needs, hopefully you'll find the best fit for you. All right, here we go. Okay, so as promised, I am recovered from my surgery and I'm getting back into the swing of things, and I am getting ready to review all of these training systems here. I'm sure that most of you recognize them. Some of them are inexpensive or even free, and some of them are actually quite expensive. And if you're like me, I wanted to find out where my money was best spent. And if I was trying to achieve and learn a particular thing, which program was the best for what my needs were. So I'm going to go ahead and start off here with Chad Michael's program, and we're going to go ahead and get right into it. And then I'm going to go ahead and rate it on all of these values, and some of them will apply and some of them won't apply. So let's go ahead and get into it. So here's the dashboard of Chad's program and system, and as you can see, I attended his Denver class, so there's some files in there. And then this is his actual certification course, and he does have certificates, and there are tests all the way through it that you must get 100%, or you have to start all over and redo it. This is a custom platform, and I'm not sure if he did it himself. Actually, I think he did, as opposed to many of the other profiles or training systems. And we'll get into that in the next couple here. So let's go ahead and get into his certification course. And one of the things that you're going to notice that's really unique to Chad's system,
this segment right here,
which is really
actually
cool,
going to be one of the most
he
difficult,
has
probably
audio
the most difficult
only
segment
for almost every
of the
chapter
entire training course for me to produce.
that he has.
And
so you could go ahead and put it into your iPod or whatever system we have these days, and you could listen to it while you're driving without having to sit in front of a computer and watch it. And there's a lot of value in just listening to what he has to say. Some of the other things when he's doing a video and actually out in the field and showing you certain ways of doing things like the inspections, well, that wouldn't work so well to have the audio only. But a lot of it is really unique and really cool to his system, which I found really nice. So it's broken up into his introduction section. Chapter 1 is the code game. How to use codes to show what you're trying to relay and prove to insurance companies that it may be a code upgrade or it's required and that type of thing. And what's really nice is he really gets into a proper damage inspection. And if you folks know Chad at all, this is where he really shines. I mean, this is where he goes into such detail, and probably one of the best in performing inspections. Then he gets into how to build a proper damage estimate, how to supplement an invoice job, how to use the best methods for approval and overhead, and he has his downloads for some forms that he has. So when you start getting into it, what's really neat is everything's broken down. You're going to look at it and go, oh my gosh, there's so many videos. Well, yeah, but if you notice, it's 7 minutes and 7 minutes and 7 minutes. It's broken down so that it doesn't, gobble up and try to load a huge video file. So it actually performs really well. And as you can see here, he has his quiz. And just to give you an idea, this is intro to the code
that's
game.
what I've been able to do. So let me just first say that I'm not like some building code expert. Okay, now I would say that I'm a little dangerous when it comes to these insurance claims. The things that I need to win, and with insurance jobs, I can be pretty dangerous. But it doesn't mean that I could, if you really see, the other thing is my next thing I'm written on here is that the beautiful part about this is, if you're just a beginner or an amateur in the building codes like I was, is you have to understand who your counterpart is, who your nemesis, if you will, is.
So I think you're kind of getting the idea of, it's pretty straightforward. I mean, he's talking and explaining everything right down to a very beginner level, to the point of, if you were new in the industry, maybe you were a tradesman and you are now becoming a contractor. You're, instead of building them, you're getting ready to start selling them, and he really walks you through everything, and he tells his story of his contracting, and he's really upfront, very honest with how he's portraying himself, and so I mean, I give him high marks on that. It's really fantastic. And then we get into the quiz, and you go through here, and these are some of the questions and answers and so on and so forth. And you have to get 100% before you can move on to the next part of it. And it is a true certification course. There's a little, what do you call them? It's a certification little page that you could proudly display on your wall. And the value is really amazing. So let's go ahead and get back over here. How to perform a proper damage inspection, and once again, we even have audio only. It's really fantastic. He gets into investigating all the damage data, and so on and so forth. And I really don't want to get too far into it. Oops. And how to properly supplement and invoice a job, how to use best methods, and then of course there's downloads of all that. So I hope this kind of gives you a good overview. And I will say this. Now, we're going to go in here and we're going to get into the rating of it. And hopefully I didn't mess that up. So the ease of use, it's really fantastic. It's really easy to use. I go 10 out of 10. The platform used, it's custom. Okay, well, as you know, this is the very first one, so I'm going to have to start moving things around a little bit. As far as the cost goes, I believe that it's $500, and then I think it's $50 a month if you want to go ahead and keep the subscription going past, past the initial going through it. And let's see, residential sales training. He doesn't really do any sales training. It doesn't get into the sales aspect of it. It's really more of the behind-the-scenes contracting part of it. So I'm just going to go ahead and put not applicable. Commercial sales training, same thing. He really doesn't have any of sales training. So if you're looking for a sales training program, this isn't going to be the best fit for you. Sales management training, no, none of that as well. No door-to-door training. Roof and property inspections training, absolutely one of the best out there. Office manager, production, QC, recruiting. No, he doesn't really get into anything like that. Marketing and training. Marketing, no. Exactmate, estimating and training, yeah. And I would say that's probably an 8 or a 9. Some of these other folks down here, when we start getting into Steve Harmon and Alina Wilson, those are the ones that if you're looking for Exactmate training, they're going to be coming up soon. Those are the ones that you really want to go after. So I'm going to give that a good solid 8. Contracts and forms. He does have a little vault, and it has some contracts and forms in there that are all pertaining to what he's teaching. So I'm going to go ahead and give that an 8 as well. The study time. Oh gosh, I lost track of this. I'm going to be really. I went through his entire training system, and I think I spent, oh gosh, was it 2 or 3 full days, or maybe it was 2 weekends. So I'm gonna say, oh gosh, probably maybe somebody that's not going to do it full days, probably 8, 16, maybe 30 to 40 hours is what's in there. Engagement, boring, and energizing. I really like Chad. I mean, I've gone and met him at his in-person day training deal. And his energy and everything, he's great. So, I'm going to give him a 10 on that. And the beginner, intermediate, and advanced, the stuff that he teaches, I'm going to say it's all the way beginner through advanced. Absolutely. He does have the certification. Yep. The video review. I have no idea what that was supposed to be. I'll have to go back and look at that one. So the rating and the value, I'm going to say for $500, if you are looking for how to properly document a job and how to do the nuts and bolts of the actual contracting and learning the roles of what the contractor's responsibility is, the role of the adjuster, and having just a really good understanding of the industry, I think it's $500 really well spent. And there's things in there for the the contractor and the sales staff and production on how to properly document the jobs. So for $500, I am going to say that the value and the rating, I'm going to say it's a solid 9. If that's what you're looking for, that's what you want. And once I'm done producing this little video, I'm going to go ahead and post a link right here to click on it. And I'll go ahead and fill in some notes, but I want to think about that for a minute. So this concludes our very first training system review. I hope it was helpful. And I think that's it. Y'all have a great day now. Bye.